According to an ancient Chinese proverb, to read a book for the first time is to make an acquaintance with a new friend. To read it for a second time is to meet an old one. Throughout cities and schools, libraries are still sanctuaries, safe havens filled with ideas. And for Melissa Sweet, library technician at San Luis Rey Elementary School, the message is quite clear. Libraries contain the basic ingredients for finding success in life.
They have English classes for English learners, they have job training, they have teen centers, they have homework help, they have computer classes, they have everything. So if you can get kids just to be aware about libraries and all they can do and have them comfortable in libraries, I think that's, I think it's great.
For the past 6 years, Melissa has run the library at San Luis Rey Elementary, but her life's current chapter is far different from the earlier chapters she first wrote working in the world of big business.
When I got out of school, I thought it would be great to be in big business, and I thought it would be fun to dress up in suits and carry a briefcase and go to meetings. And it was at first, but then the longer I was involved with it, I realized that it was not what I had expected, and I really wasn't enjoying it.
After the birth of her 2 children, Melissa turned a new page in her memoirs, using her liberal arts background volunteering at public libraries. Her career path to public education rolled on like a good book too difficult to put down.
Did you teach them skills in the library as well as trying to foster an interest in reading? With the staff, you work on supporting any projects that they're doing in their classroom. I order materials for the staff based on what they tell me they need.
For San Luis Rey Principal Dr. Michael Hargrove, Melissa's best qualities read like an enticing table of contents, setting the stage for a great novel.
Melissa is very passionate. She is always looking for a way to improve things for kids. She's great in working with other staff members. She's this phenomenal resource for our teachers here.
And in Melissa's eyes, each child she works with is like an individual book, uniquely crafted and one that tells its own remarkable story.
In terms of satisfaction of the job, yeah, the best part, like I said, is when you really can get a kid to connect with reading or books. One year I had 5th grade boys that were obsessed with Joey Pigza, this boy character who has ADD. And one student started with it. He really enjoyed it. We have the series here. And he told his friends about it. So then they started checking out. So I had a whole group of 5th grade boys that were reading that.
An avid lifelong reader, Melissa could pen her own bestseller, detailing how her valuable work extends far beyond simply checking books in and checking books out.
Ordering, with weeding, with repairing, with working with teachers for curriculum for any projects that they're doing. There's just so much that's behind the scenes, and most people do only see, read the story, check the book, in and out, you're done.
People here know how many different hats she wears because, she's always finding a way of reaching out to other kids, to the staff here. She routinely runs several book fairs in order to increase the number of books and other materials that we have here at the school.
While to some, book fairs may illustrate money, but to Melissa, they are a binding force connecting kids and reading.
It gives you the opportunity to watch the kids in action, like in a bookstore setting. So what are they drawn to? What do they like? Because when they're forced to read something they don't enjoy, that's the worst thing, because then they're turned off from reading.
And who better to inspire and read to children in a library than the school librarian herself?
Kids are always having a hard time deciding. Sometimes when you come into a library or a bookstore, it's overwhelming. So if you can get them interested, they definitely love David Wisner's wordless picture book because the pictures are so bright and engaging. If you can get them interested in some of that, sometimes they remember, oh, I liked a book that had that big gold sticker on it. So they might actually pick up the book and look at it.
And today's inspiration, wordless picture books, adorned with big gold stickers symbolizing the renowned Caldecott medal, named after 19th century illustrator Randolph Caldecott. From the first words on page 1 until the last sentence on the final page, Melissa knows it's all about making the connection.
They really got something or they're really enjoying something when they come back on their own time. During lunch or during recess, it's not just they're in the library because they have to be here because it's their library time.
As any good principal knows, the value of a dedicated library technician can never be underestimated.
Well, it's great that we have Melissa because many of our kids aren't coming from highly educated families. And to be able to get access to books and to learn how to read and have fun with reading is so important for all kids.
And when the children benefit, so do the families, which leads to the kind of fun in the sun had by all on Dr. Seuss Day.
The parents were able to go out and sit outside and spend time, it was a beautiful day, thank goodness, and spend time with their kids reading books. And just reinforcing the importance of reading with your children and how enjoyable it can be. And the kids love it. They have a great time. So Dr. Seuss Day is wonderful.
Insert a bookmark, flip a few pages back in time, and Melissa recalls one student who truly validates her passion for books and inspiring young readers.
I was teasing him about his younger brother who wasn't reading as much as he should. And I said, you need to tell him he needs to read just like you. And he said, yeah, I tell him, Mrs. Sweet. He said, it's just so great because, when you read a book, it's like there's a movie in your head. I thought that was the cutest thing. I just loved that he said that because it's true. When you're so engrossed in that book, you can hear those characters' voices. You can see them inside, inside your own head.
But what Melissa didn't envision was being named a classified employee of the year. And on the day that Superintendent Perandi came to inform her, Melissa was checked out, home ill and tucked away like a book on a shelf.
Then I was homesick the day that he came out. One of my teacher friends here called me on my cell phone and said, did you read your email? And I said, no, I haven't been on it yet. Why? And she said, get on the email. And I said, why? So I got on. And it was nice. It was just so surprising. I was happy to have the recognition from the site. That was enough for me.
We have a lot of great classified staff here, and Melissa represents our classified staff beautifully. She really epitomizes that attitude of doing everything possible for our kids and making it work for our kids.